Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. How'd you like that echo there, huh? That's courtesy of my grandson, who likes to mess around with my mixer here when I'm not looking. And he likes that echo effect. Kids, what are we gonna do with them? We don't have to do anything with them. They'll eventually grow up and become adults, and they're gonna find out how hard it is on their own. So we don't have to do much. Just let them grow up. That in itself can be a challenge, a task, as we can see. But ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Amazing Race Sports Network on a Wednesday. We call it Sports Wednesday, AGSN Sports Wednesday. I am here, and if I am here, you are there. Good afternoon. It is 12 noon in Azerbaijan, Armenia, America, both South and North, Asia, Vietnam, Africa, Europe, Australia. You know, there's a lot of A's when it comes to continents. Asia, America, Australia. I think that about sums it up. Greenland, is Greenland a continent? I think it is. I think it is a continent. That being said, it is time for prayer. And I've fallen off the track a little bit with my prayers and spiritual warfare here. Prayers for victory in spiritual warfare. But believe me, you are all in spiritual warfare, whether you like it or not. So prayers are very helpful. As a matter of fact, they're almost necessary if you want to win in life. And I'm sure all of you want to win in life. Nobody came into this life to be a loser. That's right. You're not a loser. Okay? Do you know what it took to make you? Ladies and gentlemen, do you know, I think let's just say 100,000 sperm are released, okay, in order to fertilize the egg. 100,000. I think it's more than that. I think it's more like millions and millions, but let's just say 100,000. Only one can reach the egg and fertilize it. So if we just talk about 100,000, that means that 999 were beat out. One was strong enough, resilient enough, tough enough, and endured enough, and beat all the others to make it to the egg. You are made of that. You are made of victory. You are a victor already. You just have to recognize your spiritual gifts as well as your physical gifts. Take advantage of it and make a name for yourself here on this beautiful earth. That being said, spiritual gifts. Many Christians fail to maximize their calling because they are not aware of their spiritual gifts. They get stuck trying to utilize a talent rather than seeking God for the gifts that He has given them, or discovering how God wants to transform your talent into a gift. Other Christians fail to maximize their calling because they don't even know they have spiritual gifts. If you are a believer in Jesus Christ, you have at least one, and probably a lot more than one, spiritual gifts. God has equipped you with the necessary skills to fulfill the destiny for which you were created. God never calls you to do something He does not equally provide for. God always prepares you for His unique purpose and your unique purpose. And I pray that you find it. They're all around you. There's always something for you to do and something for you to do well, if you can get away from man and what man says that you should be doing and what you should like and what you should not like and what you should or should not believe in. And well, we all know. Being a follower of Christ is one of the hardest things you're going to do, but you can do it. Listen, if I can do it, you can do it. If I can do it, me, a former atheist, now gets called a Bible thumper. My gosh, you can do it. And with that, let's move into the next thing here, which is happy birthday. And I'm saying happy birthday to one, well, guys, I don't think you know this guy. Well, a lot of you don't. You don't know who this guy is. And this guy is he's an icon in more ways than one. This guy, he set the tone. You guys know about the Red Sox. Yeah, right. You guys do. You know about the Red Sox. Um, and they've won one, two, three, four. Is it four World Series in the year 2000? In the 2000s, I think more than anybody else. Okay, but there was one guy who set this up. Really, I'm not kidding you. One guy, and he didn't set it up in the 2000s. He set it up in 1967. 1967 actually begins the craze of the Red Sox because before that, well, there was not too much of a craze around the Red Sox. They couldn't win anything. Well, they hadn't won anything since 1918 when they had Babe Ruth. That was the last time the Red Sox had won anything. And you know what? They wouldn't win anything the rest of that century. But this started the resurgence of the Red Sox into the consciousness of Boston fans. Forget about the rest of the country. Boston fans. This started the resurgence for the Red Sox fans here in Boston because even though the Red Sox had Ted Williams, they had some pretty woeful teams. Whoa, like woe is me, woeful teams. They were bad. I mean, they were really bad. And this guy would take them to the pennant, which was different back then. Okay, you had 10 teams on in each league, National League and in the American League. No, you had 10 teams on as far as let's just say it was 10 on each side. Okay, great, fantastic. Well, anyway, you didn't have a West and an East. You had them all together, and whoever won the most games in the American League, whether it was on the West or East Coast, won, and that included the National League, West and East Coast. Those were the ones who went to the World Series. Well, the year before, out of 10 teams in the American League, the Red Sox, well, they weren't last, but they were next to last. Yeah, they were next to last. They were in ninth place. Ninth place, yeah. That's pretty bad. Well, that's where they were. And this guy here, whose birthday we are celebrating, Mr. Carl Yastremski, he changed all that. Sort of like, and truthfully, yes, they went from worst to first in 1 year, a 24-game turnaround. So, you know what, ladies and gentlemen? I think I've kept you in suspense long enough. I think it's time for you to be introduced to Mr. Carl Yastremski. Let's get it going. I always like this because, I get to this thing and I'm like, how did I do it last time that made it work? Did I double click it? Something happened. Oh, I know what I did. I did that, and then I did. Carl Michael Yastremski, a.k.a. Yaz, was born August 22nd, 1939. Yastremski was born in Southampton, New York, to Carl Sr. and Hattie Yastremski. Yaz was raised on his father's potato farm, where he learned the value of hard work. He also learned he did not want to be a farmer, and he worked hard at his baseball skills incessantly. Even in Little League, Yaz stood out among his peers. He became the first Little League player to be inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame. In high school, Yaz was the consummate athlete, excelling not only at baseball, but basketball, where he broke the Long Island scoring mark previously held by the great Jim Brown. After high school, he attended Notre Dame University on a basketball scholarship before embarking on his baseball career. In 1959, Yastremski signed with the Red Sox organization, which sent him to the minor league Raleigh Capitals. There, Carl led the league with a .377 batting average, which prompted him to be moved to the Minneapolis Millers for the 1960 season. In 1961, Carl Yastremski began his major league career in Boston. From the beginning, there was tremendous pressure on him to perform up to the level of the Red Sox legend Ted Williams, who had retired a year earlier. His first 2 years in Boston were solid but unspectacular. He emerged in 1963, winning the American League batting championship with an average of 321, and also leading the league in doubles and in walks. The consensus was that he was good, but he was not Ted Williams. In 1967, Yastremski separated himself from the pack. Yaz led Major League Baseball in hits, runs, RBIs, home runs, total bases, and batting average. Before the season, no one counted the Red Sox as contenders, for in 1966, they had finished last in their division, 26 games behind the Yankees with a record of 72 wins and 90 losses. In 1967, the Sox posted a record of 92 wins and 70 losses, a 24-game turnaround. The season was labeled the Impossible Dream. Yastremski won the coveted Triple Crown and led the Boston Red Sox to their first pennant in 21 years. In the World Series, Carl and the Red Sox faced the great Bob Gibson, Lou Brock, and the St. Louis Cardinals. The series went 7 games before the Sox succumbed to the Cardinals and lost. In the years that followed, Yastremski continued to lead the team in most categories. 8 years later, the team would make it to the World Series again, but this time they would lose to Cincinnati's Big Red Machine of Pete Rose, Joe Morgan, Johnny Bench, and George Foster. When Carl Yastremski retired after the 1983 season, no player had a longer career with only one team, 23 seasons. He was the first player to collect over 3,000 hits and 4,000 home runs with one team. He was named to the All-Star Game 18 times. He won 7 Gold Glove awards. He won 3 batting championships and 1 Most Valuable Player award. In the end, Carl Yastremski might not have been Ted Williams, but then again, nobody else has come close to Ted Williams. But Carl Yastremski was a pretty good darn player. Happy birthday, Carl Yastremski, and thank you so much for the memories. And there you go. There you have it. That was it. How big was Carl Yastremski? I mean, well, he won that 1967 MVP. Was the Triple Crown winner. He was so big. He created such a buzz. No, really, he had a really great year. And he was a great fielder. I think he won a Golden Glove that year. He won 7 Golden Gloves, if I'm correct. Okay. 3 Silver Sluggers, 7 Golden Gloves, the MVP. But it was so fanatic. And I forgot to throw this in there. There was a guy named Jim Lonborg. Jim Lonborg, who had a great year in 1967. So it was Bob Gibson and Lou Brock for the St. Louis Cardinals, and Jim Lonborg and Carl Yastremski for the Red Sox. They were leading the way in the World Series. And, well, the Red Sox lost all. Bob Gibson pitched 3 games, and the Red Sox lost all 3 games. And Bob Gibson was the guy who pitched that closing game, that 7th game, and he won it, closing out the Red Sox, and they lost. But I digress. What I'm trying to say here is this guy was so big that he had a song. and listen, the song is going to crack you up, but it's Carl Yastremski's birthday. Let's get to it.
Salute to Boston's Carl Yastremski.
Carl
Who
Yastremski
replaced Ted Williams in 1961 and then spent 23 years playing his way into the hearts.
I hope you can hear it. It's not too loud on my end, but
everywhere.
Carl Yastremski. Carl Yastremski.
Yeah.
Carl Yastremski.
I'm
The man they call Yaz. We love him. Carl Yastremski.
You can make fun of the song, but the man has a song. The guy has a song. That's how popular he was. He was crazy. It was crazy. It was pandemonium in Boston and all of New England because the Red Sox had not been to the World Series in, gee whiz, 1940. I think that was it. Yeah, 1945, 1946, and they hadn't won a World Series since 1918. So that's even 20, gosh, 4 years, almost 30 years more, 50 something years. Gosh. Well, what are we gonna do? Wow. Okay. I'm sure you heard enough of that song, right? All right. Listen. Speaking of the Red Sox, they've lost two in a row, and things are not looking so great for them. They were in second place, and they were down by 4 games previous to their two losses. Now, with their two losses that they had yesterday, let's pick up the Red Sox. How many games are? Wow, they're going to be playing the Yankees next, and well, that's going to be tough. Um, whoa, whoa, whoa. Red Sox are in third place now. After losing those 2 games, the Yankees have jumped ahead of them. And like I said, things aren't looking too good. They were a cinch, they were a lock to get into the wild card. At one time, about 30 days ago, I was predicting that they would be in first place. As you can see, you know, you can't predict things, especially when it comes to baseball. But I'm not even going to predict that they're going to be in the wild card now. They're having a little skid going. I can't figure out why, but I can't figure out why Alex Cora plays mismatches players at their positions. Abraham Toro is a second baseman. Roman Gonzalez is a first baseman. Yet Alex Cora continues to play Roman Gonzalez at second and Abraham Toro at first. I mean, you know, what? But yeah, that's what we got. It's stupid. It's just it makes no sense at all. And now they're in third place and dropping out, and they might not even make the wild card. But there we go. I mean, even when things are going good, management or the coaching staff with Mr. Alice Cora, they're sure to screw up the team. They're sure to screw up the team. They have to feel like they're involved. They have to have their handprints. They have to be in the newspaper. Somebody has to say, "Well, thanks to them, thanks to them." They don't know how to go about their job quietly and just get it done. I'll give you an example. The Red Sox were on a tear. They were on a literal tear, and the Red Sox lowball their best player, maybe the best player, the best hitter in baseball right now, Roman Anthony. They lowballed him for some reason. They couldn't stop themselves from lowballing this guy, so they lowballed him to a contract. Now, instead of that just being as it is, they got him under contract for 8, 10 years, whatever the case may be. I think it's 8 years. Okay, and let that just be a byline, not a headline. They couldn't help themselves. They held a press conference where they announced that they had signed this kid to a very low ball figure, and they were patting themselves on the back. It was the most hideous, gruesome thing I've ever seen. Why are you making yourselves seem like you're such hicksters, such jerks for lowballing the kid, signing him a contract, and then publicly displaying it like you did something fantastic? You just could have let that go. If you were going to do that, you should have gave him at least $2 more million a year, just so he doesn't look like an idiot. You're trying to rub his nose in it. It's just ridiculous. Then, of course, the team went into a tailspin, started losing games. Right? Right. Disharmony. They jacked up the harmony the team had. The team was reaching, clawing, pushing, pulling, going toward their goal, and management couldn't help but get in the act, get their foot in the door, push their way in and say, "Look at me, look at us, look what we did." It's not about you. It's about the team. It's about the players. Okay? It is about you, but silently you. Nobody wants to know you. Nobody cares. We care about the players and the team winning. And you guys can't stay out of the way ever. And that goes to Alex Cora, who's always switching players and putting them here and there when he doesn't have to. He doesn't have to. Just needs to feel like Listen, I'm kind of in the mix of this thing. I'm doing something. I'm the guy who's making it. No, you're not. You're not the guy making it happen. You're the guy jerking it up. And that's why they're in third place and they might not make the playoffs. But on a good note, and when I say on a good note, I can't talk about the Red Sox. No, on a good note, on the team, I'll just give you a picture of Alex Cora right there and get that out of the way. On a good note, what we do have, and we have the New England Patriots. Yes, the New England Patriots making it happen. The New England Patriots, the premier organization in the New England area, New England, Boston, New England area, which represents Rhode Island, Massachusetts, New Hampshire, Vermont, and Maine, 5 states. The New England area. The premier team, the New England Patriots, with Drew Bledsoe, Drake May, notwithstanding, have won 2 games in a row, 2 preseason games, which is, I think, 2 preseason games more than they won last season. And they play the third tomorrow against the Giants. That's going to be a walkthrough. Then they have to cut their team down to 53 and get ready for the season. But the New England Patriots have looked outstanding. Drake May, notwithstanding Drake May, not looking fantastic, looking more like Drew Bledsoe than Tom Brady. Apparently that he can't read a defense, just not motivated and intense enough. Shucks, gee, golly, wow, it's just going to fall into place, Drake May. Yes, this is what they fought so hard to, ship Joe Milton down the road. For this guy that they have to play around, that they have to, behave, scheme up to make him look good. You're gonna have to scheme him up. Okay, it's going to be rough for them. But right now they look good. Travion Henderson looks like a world beater. The front line looks good. Defense looks good. And I don't even think the defense has played as good as they can play. But if they do, it's going to be fantastic. The Patriots are going to go somewhere this year. They're going to make some noise. They're going to toss some hay. They're going to shake some trees. They're going to make some thunder. They're going to make it happen. And, it's a good thing. Let me just check my chats here before I go any further. It's a good thing. Oh my gosh. You know what? I'm missing all. I'm sorry, guys. I'm so sorry. I missed you in the chats. Hey, Brill, how you doing? I'll respond to you. I got your message. Is there going to be another play to dominate like Yaz in '67? No, that's impossible. That was a one-of-a-time year. That was his best year ever. He led in home runs, RBIs, slugging percentage, on base percentage. I mean, he was killing the league. Runs, hits. The guy was just on another level that year. And when they needed hits, he was David Ortiz like. I mean, this guy was delivering hits, big hits, singles, doubles, home runs. He was making all the catches because he was playing the outfield. He was playing left field. Slamming into the wall, getting up, throwing out plays. It was fantastic. You couldn't believe it. It was must-watch TV. And it rejuvenated the Red Sox franchise to the point where they could go forward and start bringing in, fans into the game. Because the year before, they were next to last. Yeah, they were next to last as far as fans, home crowd. They couldn't attract a home crowd. Nobody wanted to see them. You couldn't give the tickets away. And then the next year they were first. And we're talking about a Fenway Park, which only holds maybe 30,000. And they were first in the league with teams like the Yankees and the Tigers with stadiums that hold 40, 35, 40, 45, 50, 60,000 people. They brought in more fans than any other arena in Major League Baseball from Fenway Park. So this guy completely changed around. Do I think it's going to happen? Where does he list on my all-time greats as far as Red Sox go? I think the thing with Carl is that he was almost burnt out after that year. Okay, he never could have another year like that. He batted 300. He would hit 40 something home runs, but that year took a toll on him. It was just like it's just all encompassed. It took so much that he never was able to reach those heights again. Um, so there's players that I rank ahead of him, and maybe not statistical wise, okay, but they produce at a higher rate longer than he did. But for that 1 year, and I think, and actually, I'd have to give him a 5 year span. Okay, from the time he won the title in 1963 through 1967, and maybe through 68, 69. Wow. Yeah, Yaz was cranking it. He was cranking it up. He was doing it. So he's in my top five. He's in the top five of hitters on the Boston Red Sox. Triple Crown winner, 18-time star. Yeah, happy birthday. I am from Canada, and could you please check? Yes, I will check it out. I will check it out for you. And thank you guys for all the messages. Thank you guys for the chat. We'll get it all done. We'll get everything that we said done. And let's end on a good note here with the Patriots. The Patriots play the Giants. I think, I think Josh McDaniels can scheme around Drake May for another year or two. Here's the deal. Drake May, give Tom Brady a call. Okay, Josh McDaniels has this number. Your coach, your head coach, Mike Vrabel has this number. Call Tom Brady today. Sit down, walk around with him. Get to have his mindset. Understand what it's going to take to be a great person. You don't have to navigate this alone. You have a guy right there, a phone call away, who can tell you. You might not be able to be as great as Tom Brady was, which is like saying somebody should be Ted Williams. Okay, that's not going to happen. But still, you can get mighty close if you have the mindset that Tom Brady had. You take that mindset with your gifts, okay? And you can become a very, very darn good, very, very good player, okay? Let's get it that way. Let's get it straight. Pick up the phone and call. Get your ego aside, because right now you're headed for failure. And you know what the NFL stands for? Drake May? Not for long if you can't get it done. And with that, I think I need to call in my grandson, Liam. Liam's going to close out the show. Well, maybe not. Maybe not. Let's try it again. Liam's going to close out the show. This guy is 24/7 on. He's on 24/7. This is my grandson. Oh, you got to. Yeah, that guy there. He's walking around with a phone in his hand. I guess he didn't know that I was calling him, even though. Oh, yeah, there's a delay, so I guess he didn't know it's because of it. But let's get him on to close out the show. Liam, in closing, what would you like to say to the millions and millions of people out there who are watching the show, waiting for your commentary on Carl Yastremski and whatever else I said? It's usually the speechless when they finally get to the camera. Just tell them about how badly I'm going to beat your father in fantasy football.
He's going to win. My dad's going to win.
No, there's no way.
Yeah, he's going to win.
I'm going to own him.
No, he's
I'm going to take this crown, this fantasy football crown.
He's going to get the crown.
And I'm taking it back. Okay, it's coming back. It's coming back right here.
No, it's coming
to my studio.
No, it's not. It's never going to come back.
I'm going to hang it on the wall.
No, it's not.
Okay, I want everyone to know that I'm the best.
No, he's the best.
When it comes to fantasy football,
he's the best.
I think we have to turn this up a little bit. I'm the best. So we're
he's the best.
And
my dad's the best.
This way, this kid here looks just like me, doesn't he? With hair. Can you imagine when I had hair? Well, yeah, that would have been me. That being said, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. Thank you very, 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 very much for tuning in and enjoying ourselves. Don't touch anything. Whenever this kid touches anything, something goes wrong. Back off, chump. Okay? Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. Hopefully you enjoyed the prayer that we gave. You have spiritual gifts. Every one of you, everyone alive has spiritual gifts. Hopefully you get to use them. Pray on it, and you'll find out what it is.
Yeah.
Okay? And that we love you.
We
Take
love you.
care,
Take
and
care.
have a good day.
Have a good day. Bye.
I came in this bit.
And that's our bumper music. Hopefully this is going through now, because you always touch these buttons. I never know what's going on in these things. I come back into the studio here, and I don't know what's working. And last week we had no music. Had to try to figure out why we had no music. We didn't have no music. All right, ladies and gentlemen, and have a good day. Take care of yourselves.